Hey folks, time again for some retro CSS battles. These are from early September 2024, September 4th and September 5th. This J and then this, I don't know, it's like a, I don't know what it is. It's a fun graphical shape. This guy is a J. That's the first letter of my name. I love a J. This one's got a top tail on it. It's kind of fun, or whatever the topper of that is called, and then some kind of interesting curves. Almost any of the shapes in CSS Battle could be all done as individual backgrounds on a body, but sometimes what makes the best sense is an element. So let's create an element. Here, the thing that is implied here is a well, what do you call it? A rounded rectangle. So let's do that. I'm going to put the overall color on it, and then put this color on the background. Let's see, how little code can I create to conform to the outer shape of that J? That's what I want to do. So let's make him taller, 2, and let's set it to 0. And then on the side. So yeah, so I think I need more margins. 100, 120, 110, 11, 12. Okay. And then, well, I'm not going to bother with that yet. I'm going to do the side margins. 200, 17, 160, 65, 6, 7. Okay. So this is if I've got 0 margins whatsoever. The reason I want to do this, why do I want to do this like this? Is because I'd like to just use one value for the border radius. Border radius. There it is. What good is that, Joe? That's a good question. What good is that? Is that it's less code. Then that's the point of a lot of what we do here. So now that we've got the outer parts of that, so we can fill this however we want. We can do a linear gradient, right? That it goes from transparent to that color. Well, I hate it when I drop out of full screen. There we go. So I can do, 40%, 0, and get pieces and parts of that, 50, 60, whatever. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'd like to do is focus on the next hard part, which is this circle. So I want a radial gradient. The autocomplete is really opinionated and really not good. Circle, 50%, 0 to cover transparent. And we can't see anything. Why? Because of, well, we can't see anything now because I probably wrote some code that doesn't make any sense. Circle, okay, so that's what, so circle, comma, 50%, 0, that doesn't mean anything. We need an at between those two things. Okay, so there's my semicircle, and I want to move him over, down. I want to move him left and then down. And he probably needs to be bigger. Not that big, 25. And then minus 60 pixels, 40, 30, 20, and then down. 100 pixels, 150, 60, 70. 60, 65, 21, 22, 23, 22, 20, probably 22.5, because that's hilarious. Okay, 25 pixels, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25, 25. Minus 22 pixels might be right. So that's how we do that. Okay. So what do we do next? I think that we need to bound that to be repeat y, repeat x. But then we need to give it a size 0, so it's 100%, 30 pixels or something. And then I need to distinguish a color. Whoops. So now let's make it affirmative. That's what I wanted. So that's what I've made so far. So Joe, you're saying, I hear you saying, Joe, that's not the shape. Do I need anything else there? Can I do this T shape just on the body? I could. Do I want to? Not really. How about the next thing I do is a conic gradient. Which is going to be from 90 degrees that color. Ooh, so close. So that's a default conic gradient with no at. So, but I think that means I do need to do an at. So at 100 pixels, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, the point here, well, there's a little bit of worrisome business there, isn't there? See that little edge? Not great. Not terrific. Not great, Bob. Conic gradient. So now I'm going to do the T, the top part of that 75%, and it's going to be at some very small number, 70 pixels, 20 pixels. And then it's that predominant kind of orange color, and then that 0. And we move it. Too far, 150. Also too far, 100, 140, 150. And now we gotta align it. So it's 101 down. Yeah, so that means we're too tall. So this second at value is 219. How about 18? Too far over. Oh, there we go. 70, 80, and that's it. This might be 100%, or we might be on the wrong trail, because I think there's a little bit of the tip of this J that I didn't get. Yeah, that's the problem. Can you see it? I hope you can see that in the video. You may not be able to. That's okay if you can. Yeah, I can see it. All right, that means, what does that mean for me? What do I need to do to create that shape? And can I use the existing gradient and move it? And go it's a little better. A small change. Let's see if it's 100%. It is! Very precise, very tricky. 2 conic gradients, 1 radial gradient, and a bunch of margins. And a border radius, of course. Let's minify and replace. You can see those numbers change. Submit. And that is certainly one way to make that J. Is it the easiest way? No, it is not. It implies a whole bunch of weird... Oh, wait, whoa. Yep, my minify. So I was just asked about my minify plugin, and it collapsed with the circle at syntax, unfortunately. So let's retry that, because that's no good. Can't have that. Can't have that doing that. That's a J. That's a J. All right, next. Look at this guy. He's kind of fun. What is he? Is he 1 element? Is he 0 elements? Is he 4 elements? Is he 2 elements? Is he 8 elements? Even more. It feels like an opportunity for grid, or for flex, more likely, which would be, let's put purple on the body. Let's have the element be like that. We think they're a lot narrower, 30, or a lot 60, let's say. And then we say display flex. We can't see anything because things need a width and a height. 20. And then let's give it a gap. And then let's make 8 of these dudes. Why not? All right, what do we got to do to make that work? Let's push our margins in. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this margin as well. 100, 80, 85, 85, 86, 87, 88. Then we got to make them wider. How about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're all squeezing into that flex context. That's no good. We want a flex wrap. Might probably have a too wide a width now. Flex wrap must wrap to get wrapping. There's your wrapping, and yes, we were way too wide. That okay, so the width is what do we got? Let's try 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 44. This is what we have now. And let's give more of a height, huh? 7, 8, 9, 91, 92, 93, 94. We need more of a gap. So that flex is behaving very nicely. All these elements have the same sizing on them, right? Each of the paragraph elements, and that's okay for this purpose. How about 13, 14, 15, 16? That is lining up pretty well. So do we need to justify or align this content? How about align items? We might need to align items center, or justify content center, or maybe it's start and start, or these are just gonna stretch the way they're gonna stretch. Or what I need to do is to set margin of 0 on these guys, each one. How do I make them so they're a little closer now? But that means also I need to adjust these margins. So can I force them? So let's make this, that's probably 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And are they 2? Yeah, so we're close. We're super close. What happens if I undo that? Now I could use a transform or something, but this is showing you that Flex is doing its darndest to give you a nice even presentation of a grouping in a Flex context, right? Hey, don't you want to like distribute those evenly so people can read what's inside them? And that's not really what we want for our purposes for this particular task. Okay, so can I do a margin top? So I do a -2. Yeah, see, we got troubles. We got troubles, 0. That's not really helping us. So in this case, I'm going to stick with the margin 0. And I think that it's worth remembering that align items might be a friend in a case like this, but sometimes it's not. Center. It's so close. It's so close. Or is the flex value just wrong? 18. Or is it flex value different between the middle and the bottom? So now we've got different flex. Yeah, so 0. There we go. So the flex between, we're going to choose a flex value that's going to work, I hope, for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13. Oh, and interesting, we have this little, so I'm going to put a 0 on this. Oh, that's hilarious. So this is the bottom margin. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. That is just, oh, or are they just slightly? Are the second set shorter? Let's give these a B. And believe me, I'm not ignoring the fact that I haven't addressed the real problem, which is they have completely different shapes. But my theory there is to do a linear gradient, but I haven't done that yet. Height 90. All right, 91, 92, 93. So the height of that one is 93. We're calling it. So this is a kind of an interesting puzzle, isn't it? Spoiler alert. So if you knew that then, would you do it any differently? And the answer is I probably wouldn't. Not really. I think it's a great exercise. Let's see. Let's create. What are our choices? So I could do P nth child. What is it? 2n, 4n. Let's see if I can get this right. Background red. So this is a way to address individual elements, right? This is normally I would just do new attributes, but in this case, why not? So I'm going to create. Oh, that's so interesting, isn't it? Oh, so yes, you can use a math formula in here. 3. So and then I want the what, 7th. So 3 and 7, and I'll do yellow. And then we'll do the same thing for 2 and 6. Why not? This is not efficient, but it is sort of fun. Like I dig it. Okay, so now I have these uniquely identified. So I'm going to set a linear gradient for each one of these. So it's going to start, and we're going to say what, to top, that color, and then transparent. Oh, whoops, wrong. I got it in the wrong place, gang. That should be this color, and the purple should just be simply on the body. That's what I got so far. So if I set this to be, so the second color stop. Oh, and what's more, I can do, yeah, so to top. I can do a var of E for extent. That's not a good variable name, but that's what I'm using. And like that. So then if I set, so for this orange guy, if I set a --e to 20 pixels, then it works. Now I'm doing the top one right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure hope that's going to work. We're going to find out right quick. And the yellow one has got a different value. If I drop this --e, so what, 30, 34, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. And then this last one, even smaller number, how about 23? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I hear you saying, Joe, the bottom ones are wrong now. Yeah, but the top ones are right. So let's flip them upside down with a scale. There they are. Oh, and it's so close. It's so close, which I would have thought that, I would have learned that lesson. However, it didn't. So in that case, can I adjust them? Can I make this a so it's 64. So for the second one, it should be 65. 4, 3. So it's 1 less, right? So I can set it to, I can set each one of these actually to calc var minus 1 pixel minus of a var of an f or 0. And then for b, if I set that's another variable, that f to be 1 pixel, will it work? No, it's not working at all right now. Var blah 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 blah. I need another parentheses around the calc. 100% minus var dash f. This is probably way too clever. It is kind of clever. Yeah, so this is completely over-engineered at this point. I like it, but it ends up being awfully inappropriate. So, what are we going to do about it? You know, you write code and you think, hey, here's this clever way to do it, and maybe it's not that clever, right? Because so what can we do? We're gonna undo. What are we gonna? We're gonna so we got this scale there. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna use F. We're not gonna use E. Wrong. 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 So now we have these guys. And we need to create some programmatic way to decide on what this background is. So I think it is a linear gradient. Yeah, so right now we got, so I'm gonna set, I'm gonna do S for second. And that's to do the second ones. So let's just do this as simply as possible. Now the other, now hold on. Might not all be worth getting rid of. I'm gonna undo. So all right, so I'm there now. I'm gonna undo this calc because I don't think the calc is a good idea. I mean, it's a clever idea, but only if it worked. To top. There we go. So then, what is the thing that we would like to do that's different? Can we do a scale? That's kind of fun. And what if we did a transform origin? Which is at 0, 100%, I think. Whoa, whoa. So that's, we get some kind of crazy stuff going on there, huh? That's kind of fun. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. So I've set a transform origin so that when I scale something, it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna stop doing this. So but I still need the height change, or do I? Maybe I don't. What if I do this again? Sorry, I keep changing my mind about how I'm doing this, and that's, you know, kind of fraught. Yeah, this nth child stuff is just not going to be a good idea. Okay. So again, the idea is to control each one individually. Then I need an individual identifier on each one. B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so for B, well, strictly speaking, I guess, well, no, let's do a scale of 1. And then set them 0.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6.5, 6, 7, 8. Is that working? No, it's not. 0.68. That's it. Is that a silly way to do it? Yep. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. Scale. And so here's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to set that scale here, and we're going to do is var s for scale. Yeah. And it's going to default to 0. And then I can turn this dash dash s into 0.68. Oh, and the default should be not 0 but 1. Okay. So B, and then let's do C. And I'm going to put numbers in here. Two, 4. Okay. So let's set now. Oh, I've got 4 6s correct. How about 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Great. This is where it gets interesting. Now I want the transform origin to be different. So just to really, drive home the point of the transform origin, this transform origin is at 0, 0. Yeah, yeah. And then his scale is 0.5 or 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0.99 of the height. Take that. All right, let's do the next one. Now we have kind of a pattern. It's kind of a groove, right? Like, hey, that's kind of cool. 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7. F, G, 5, 4, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4. Oh, 4, 5. So we're getting more delicate. Now, I'm not sure this is going to result in a 100% match. If it doesn't, then we're doing a whole something else. I didn't realize this video was going to be quite so long. Sorry about that. I mean, well, I'm not really sorry, but I'm sorry. 2, 3, 1, 2, 9, 2, 9. Let's submit that. So this very strange solution to this particular problem, and we don't need this linear gradient. We're no longer doing what that depended on, and we're using this strange combination of scale. I'm going to collapse the E, F, G, H, and put transform origin as a variable. Or no, I'm just going to remove it from each of these places, so I don't have to repeat it each time. And really, what I can do is I can do a var dash dash O. O, not a great variable name, because is it an O or is it a 0? But I can use it here and unambiguously see it's a lowercase o. And then minify. Well, that is hard to read code. I mean, you can see that there's some pattern to it. In some ways, it mirrors the look of the thing, of the output, but it also is untangling that. You'd want to not see it minified, because that's no fun. That's just not very much fun to look at. Then resubmit, and that's a final answer to these the starting September of 2024. Super fun solution. Started. Yeah, no, we're using flex, a weird gap, weird margins, usage of scale. So again, the first number in scale is a 1, which says on the x-axis, leave it alone, and then on the y-axis, make it shrink. Right? So it's some decimal value, some percentage. So 0.46, that's 46% of that height. For 44.445, a scale is 44.5% of the height. Really odd, really peculiar, really fun. Thanks for watching. If you, assuming that you did finish watching this, it's certainly an odd, weird solution, but I enjoyed it. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to each other. Be careful out there. It is a rough time. And hey, go make a web page, right? Like, everybody's got web browsers. It's pretty cool. Make a web page. Bye-bye.